My name is Anita Lampel. I use she, her pronouns. I live in Bethesda in District 16, and I am co-chair of JUFJ's Montgomery County Leadership Council. Now, I hope you are inspired to take action to ensure that our county and state elected leaders reflect your values. Here are 3 actions that you can take. Action 1, stay informed. With the emphasis on national politics, it can be hard to find media coverage of our local elections. One of our go-to sources for Maryland political news is Maryland Matters. In the accompanying slides, you will find a link to Maryland Matters as well as JUFJ's 2022 General Election Resources page, which has links to check your voter registration status, your polling places, key dates, additional local news sources, and much more. If you're interested, JUFJ's sister organization, the JUFJ Campaign Fund, has additional information and materials. You can find out more at www.jufjcampaignfund.org. Action 2, vote. As we have said many times today, there is so much at stake in the general election, and every vote matters. There are 3 ways to vote: by mail, during early voting, or on election day. Mail-in voting. Now, any voter can request a mail-in ballot by mail, fax, or in person. The deadlines for each are listed on our resource page. You do not have to have a specific reason to vote by mail. You can also choose to receive all future ballots by mail. Mail-in ballots are sent out about a month before the election. If you are returning your mail-in ballot by mail, the envelope should be postmarked on or before November 8. Your completed ballot must be received by the local Board of Elections by 10 a.m. on November 18, 2022. If you're dropping off your mail-in ballot at a voting site, you must do so by 8 p.m. on Election Day. Please note that although you can print your own ballot at home, we don't recommend this option. Each online ballot requires 2 election judges to copy the answers onto an official ballot before it can be counted. It adds a lot of time and labor to the voting process. Early voting. Early voting starts on Thursday, October 27, 2022, and goes through Thursday, November 3, 2022. Each early voting center will be open continuously from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. each day. Anyone in line at 8 p.m. will be allowed to vote. You can also register to vote at any of the early voting sites. Election Day. Election Day is on November 8, and polls are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. There is a link in the slides to find your assigned Election Day polling place. As with early voting, anyone in line at 8 p.m. will be allowed to vote, and you can register to vote at your polling place. Just be sure to bring proof of your address. Action 3. Talk to your friends and neighbors about voting in the general election. We hope you are inspired today, not just to vote, but also to share the information about the general election and why it matters with other people in your life. You can make a powerful impact by encouraging your family, friends, and neighbors to get involved in this critical election. And now I'll pass it over to Mark to close us out.
Hello, my name is Mark Wolf. I use he, him pronouns. I live in Potomac, and I'm on the JUFJ Leadership Group. We're optimistic that our goals to advance racial, social, and economic justice can be achieved by working with our partners, engaging in ongoing advocacy, supporting key legislation, and holding our legislatures accountable. Just as a minion supports its members' prayers, we can support each other to bring us ever closer to achieving our goals. We invite you to join or create communities of change makers to engage in tikkun olam, or repairing the world. To close, we have one last thought to share. When JUFJ is together in person, we wear our blue JUFJ shirts with one of our favorite teachings on the back. It comes from Pirkei Avot, or the Ethics of the Sages, and it says, "It's not on you to finish the work, but you can't quit either." So we can't complete the work in any one election cycle, but we can't sit out any election either. Each one is important, and there's too much at stake. So go out and vote.